Are you planning for an international trip? Or maybe planning to have one? Your visa is approved, your ticket is booked, your hotel are fully paid, pero kabado pa rin when it comes to immigration. Every single year, thousands of Filipinos arrive in the airport excited about their dream trip. Sino ba namang hindi? But only to find out that they are stopped by the immigration officer because they weren't fully prepared. And here's the surprising part. Not everyone gets stopped because they did something wrong. Sometimes it's simply because they didn't know what documents to bring or what questions to expect. So before you spend thousands of pesos for your next international trip, watch this video because I'll walk you through the latest Philippine immigration requirements this 2026 and explain what has changed, what stayed the same, and most importantly, how you can avoid getting offloaded. So, let's get started. First of all, maraming nagtatanong, may bagong immigration requirements ba this 2026? The answer is, no major nationwide changes have been implemented. Maraming kumalat na post sa social media claiming na sobrang dami na daw ng changes sa immigration. Sobrang dami na raw ng bagong requirements. But here's the truth. The Philippine Bureau of Immigration still follows the existing departure guidelines. That means, hindi lahat ng travelers hihinga ng napakaraming documents. The immigration officer will only ask for travel documents that are relevant for your purpose of travel. So don't panic kapag may nababasa kayong viral post. Let's focus on what you really need. Here are the basic documents every Filipino traveler should prepare. Number 1, a valid passport. Your passport should be valid at least 6 months before your departure. Bakit kamo? Kasi hindi i-risk ni immigration officer na maabutan ka ng expiry date ng iyong passport kung saan country ka man gustong pumunta. So that's why very strict sila na dapat 6 months, at least 6 months valid yung passport mo. Number 2, your boarding pass. You can get this at the airport upon check-in. Pero, friendly advice ko lang sa inyo, mag-check-in kayo online kasi napakahaba ng pila sa airport. It would be better and makakatipid ka sa oras if nag-check-in ka na online and you can already have na your boarding pass. Kung hindi ka naman nakapag-secure ng boarding pass kasi hindi ka nag-check-in online, okay lang naman na pumunta ka na lang sa check-in counter sa airport. Just make sure na early kang pumunta sa airport kasi sometimes napakahaba talaga ng pila. Plus, pagdating sa immigration, another pila na naman doon. So, kung medyo alanganin ka sa oras ng flight mo, baka maiwan ka pa sa flight. So, it would always be better kung nakapag-check-in ka online. Number 3, a valid visa if your destination country requires one. Pero kung visa-free naman, like dito sa Thailand, okay na yon, hindi na kailangan ng visa. But you will be asked to complete TDA or Thailand Digital Arrival Card, which is easy lang din naman if you go to their official website. Number 4, a confirmed return ticket. Kasi kailangan ni immigration officer na ma-check kung babalik ka pa ba ng Pilipinas. Pag wala ka niyan, medyo magdududa talaga sa'yo. So, there should always be a return ticket. And number 5, documents supporting your purpose of travel. This is where many travelers get confused. Remember, the immigration officer will not ask everyone exactly the same requirements because it will always depend on your purpose of travel. Now, if you're traveling as tourist, you have to prepare these extra documents. First is your hotel booking. There should be a confirmation of your booking sa hotel kung saan ka magsistay and make sure na magmamatch yan sa dates ng iyong travel and your return to the Philippines. Another one is travel itinerary. Because of course, you're traveling as tourist. So, expected ni immigration officer na meron ka na talagang planned na itinerary kung saan ka pupunta, saang mga tourist spots and destinations ka pupunta. Another one is the proof that you have enough money to support your trip. It could either be a bank statement, online like GCash or Paymaya, whatever it is, or debit card, credit card. Sometimes naghahanap talaga din yung immigration officer. But in my personal experience, hindi naman hinanap kung magkano yung cash na dala ko, But naka-prepare din kasi ako ng bank statement, so yun na lang yung ipinakita ko sa immigration officer. With that, makikita din nila yung cash flow and they can see na meron ka talagang trabaho babalikan sa Pilipinas. And if you're employed, you have to bring your authority to travel, certificate of employment, company ID, and approved na leave. If you're self-employed naman, just bring your business registration or other proof of business. Again, these documents may not always be asked, pero kung magtatanong or hihingan ka, at least prepared ka at may maipakita ka talaga sa immigration officer. Now, if yung purpose of travel mo is you are visiting or staying with family or friends abroad, you have to really prepare invitation letter, affidavit of support, bring a copy of their passport or residence permit. And if applicable, prepare your proof of relationship. It could either be birth certificate, marriage contract, or sometimes naghahanap din sila ng photos na they can prove talaga that you are related to that specific person na nasa abroad. Now, let's talk about the interview. Don't be nervous. Immigration officers are there to just check or verify your travel. Here are some common questions. Number 1, what is your purpose of travel? So, ito yung mga as tourist or visit a family or friend, fiancé, business. So, in my experience as tourist, yung una kong pagpunta dito sa Thailand, so sinabi ko na magbe-visit ako ng mga attractions kasi I am also doing vlog or YouTube vlog. So with that, meron silang follow-up question and verify nila yung channel ko. So ipinakita ko lang din naman sa kanila yung YouTube channel ko and then nag-scroll pa sila sa YouTube channel ko. So yun, verification lang din talaga. And then the second time na pumunta ko ng Thailand, it's with my sister na, so visit a family. Hinanapan ako ng affidavit of support and mga additional documents na proof of relationship ko sa sister ko. Next question dyan is, how long will you stay? So be honest ka lang. And then follow-up question dyan is, where will you stay? So eto na yung kung tourist ka, yung hotel booking confirmation na ipinakita mo, syempre magmamatch dapat doon. And if you're visiting naman a family, you have to tell them or show them the address kung saan talaga banda sa Thailand or kung saan mang country na balak mong mag-travel. Meron ding question na who is paying for your trip, and then meron ding question na what do you do for work? Kasi matatrace nila dyan kung meron ka talagang trabahong babalikan sa Pilipinas. And magtatanong din sila kung nakapag-travel ka na ba abroad before. So be honest ka lang sa mga answers mo, and kung hanggat maaari, isang tanong, isang sagot lang. Huwag kang mag-overshare kasi mas marami kang sinasabi, mas marami din silang magiging follow-up question. So, as much as possible, you have to answer lang kung ano yung question talaga nila. Just be confident, especially kung wala ka naman talagang tinatagong agenda. Now, here are my practical tips para iwasan na ma-offload. Number 1, always bring original documents. Then, double check that your passport, hotel booking, tickets, itinerary all match. If possible, organize all your documents in one clear folder. Arrive at the airport early. Huwag yung medyo alanganin sa oras kasi remember na pupunta ka pa ng check-in kung may i-check-in ka na baggage, or kung hindi ka nakapag-check-in online, pipila ka pa doon sa check-in counter. So, next to that, pupunta ka na ng immigration, and then sa immigration, another pila na naman yun. Kung alanganin ka sa oras at natagalan ka sa immigration, baka maiwan ka pa sa flight. Dress comfortably and appropriately, and most importantly, dapat kalma ka lang. Being a first-time traveler does not automatically mean you'll be offloaded. Kasi marami talagang first-timers din na successful, and isa na ako doon. That is my first international trip and successful naman. The key is preparation. Of course, nag-prepare din ako, nanood ako ng mga vlog and mga advices kung ano yung mga dapat gawin, and nag-prepare din ako sa mga interview questions kung ano yung dapat isagot. and be confident lang talaga. So, there you have it. Those are the updated Philippine immigration requirements for 2026. Now, if you're also planning to work abroad and still don't know what's your first step, click this video right here because I explained there how you can get your apostille documents so that you can start your job searching abroad.